If anyone knows
I
how to
just
do that. Oh, wait, accept. There we go. Hey, it worked.
oh, just like to show my upper body. I adjusted to show my upper body. Here I
Flying
am.
an airplane, easy. Doing this stuff,
This is
I have
difficult.
no idea.
This is
Figured
advanced.
it out.
We're beginners.
Most of the time, we're all by ourselves. Most of the time, we're each single. Well, Ben's the most common
Wait,
person to
wait.
do
Now
that.
that we're at a hotel too.
Yeah, we're all on overnights right now.
So
And you're
Sarah,
in.
actually,
Wait, where are you,
I'm in
Morgan?
Boston. Where are you?
Lauderdale.
Ah,
Oh, yes.
must be nice. You have the warm weather, and we're cold.
And I'm wearing,
Yeah.
I only brought a sweatshirt, so
She can keep the warm weather. I did Orlando yesterday. She can keep it.
oh yeah, it's really humid. I think I'm gonna kick Florida off of the maybe moving to list. I can't do the humidity.
I did. I've done. Okay, I did Orlando yesterday. I did it last trip too. The hotel room is just damp. You walk in, it's damp.
Yes. And you walk outside to the Orlando airport in that little waiting area, and it's just, my hair just goes, whoosh. Yes. But
Yeah,
This was curly this morning until I got to Fort Lauderdale.
Do you tie it back normally when you fly? Do you have it down when you fly? No? What about the headset? How do you get your headset? Does it?
well, not just the head. It's the headset
Like a
which
girl.
coming off this way. And
I don't have long hair, so
as well.
It's like, you know when, okay, so if you put your sunglasses on your head or your glasses on your head, it pushes your hair back.
No.
Okay. Darren, do you like see other humans ever?
My hair doesn't move.
Do you interact with the human race?
I try not to. Yes, okay. So I guess you can push your hair back and put your headset in.
No, because of this, now I'm going to get my freaking headset and show you how it goes on my head.
But you have the Bose Pro Flight. You have the Pro Flight 3 now, right? There's a Pro Flight 3.
There's no Pro Flight 3. They really disappointed me with these A30s or whatever. I had hopes that were dashed.
They collect paint on a 20, and they said, "Look, it's an A. It's an A30."
Yeah.
That's it. They're like, "Oh, it's blacked out." I'm like, and for that, it's $300 more.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys keep your headset on the whole flight? Or you take it off in flight?
I fly a 737, so we keep it on the whole time.
Yeah.
I fly an Airbus. It's quiet, but I'm like, I still keep mine on. But most because I fly with it.
Can we appreciate? Can we appreciate that I had a dig on the 7.3?
It is very loud.
Yeah.
It is very loud.
It's about time, Morgan. It's about time.
Headset.
Okay. Yeah.
Tangled because I was in a hurry to get out of the plane. On my head.
There you go. All right. Yeah. Okay. So it lifts your hair up. That's okay.
Yeah. Or I could like.
Again, it's a situation I will never ever encounter.
It's funny though, because it's like, you see a dog that has a really big coat, but it weighs very little. Mm-hmm. That's me. It looks like I have a large head. I don't. It's just hair.
I used to have long dreadlocks.
And
I used to have long dreadlocks and a big goatee. Then I got out of college and I went, all right.
I've only had short hair. I used to keep it a lot shorter than I keep it now.
Wow. See, I haven't been to a barber in 22 years. I just ever shave my own head every 2 weeks. It's easier that way.
I get my hair dyed every 3 weeks.
Wow. And again, the dedication to that, because you do your eyebrows too. So like, that's dedication.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
No, because that's when people ask me, they're like, hey, that must be your real hair color because your eyebrows. And I say, yeah.
Oh, funny.
Wait a second. It's not?
Yeah. She had a video about that a while ago. That's not, yeah.
Well,
my passport is even me with blonde hair.
So that's gotta be a little bit interesting going through customs. Well, I guess women dye your hair. Huh.
I have your same hair color, Ben.
Oh, really?
No way.
Okay. No, hey, you know what? My wife has my hair color. When I met her, she's a redhead just like you are right now, and now her hair is blue. Yeah.
Interesting. When do you guys go home? Tomorrow?
Apparently.
Oh.
Day after.
Yeah, I'm on Monday.
Tomorrow is go home day for me.
Yeah, mine's Monday. I work weekends because
5 a.m. van.
how early? 5:45.
4:45. Today was 5:40.
You guys are just you guys need to learn a bit. 50.
I have no control.
750 bands.
Hold on. Who's on reserve now? Tell me more.
Me. I'm the problem. It's me.
I used to get so much crap from you guys. Get some seniority, Morgan.
Yeah.
That's why I'm staying put. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. No, it's true. It is true. I traded away seniority for a strike. I did.
See, I'm bidding 19% next month. Like I'm staying in my little bubble. Yes.
That's why I'm thinking of going out to Las Vegas. I'm 68%-ish in Chicago. I would be almost 30% in Las Vegas.
Makes a big difference. Being able to pick, like, I pick my trips. I picked exact sequences I want to do. The sequence here I'm on now, I picked this sequence to be on this weekend, and I got it.
Well, we have line bidding, but yeah, same thing.
Yeah. No, I miss line bidding though. Line bidding was nice because you could say this trip is trash. I'm not bidding it. I will not get it if you know your seniority anyway.
Yeah.
Versus PBS, like, well, due to line constraints, you got this crap because blah 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 blah. So, yeah.
Oh, exactly. To answer your question from earlier, Darren.
Yeah.
Some airlines used to have Class 2, and then some airlines messed that up and no longer have that. And then some airlines don't do waters.
Huh. That's weird. So you guys don't all your Caribbean
flying is navigation. I thought you were talking about Class 2 medicals.
No.
Oh no.
So all your Caribbean flying is from Florida, I guess, huh? Is it all from Florida?
I mean, no, we'll do it from Baltimore and stuff, but we stay within 162, and we just curve in.
Bill, that 162.
To Hawaii.
ETOPS.
ETOPS is different, I guess.
Oh,
ETOPS is different.
Okay.
So I had a panic. I went to where did I go? San Juan, and at 162 roll, we got a direct to go somewhere, and we're in a 162 airplane, and I'm like, ho, we have that one fix we have to go over. Yeah. And I'm like, wait, and I looked at my stupid jet. I went, we were like 3 miles east of it, so like we're still within 162 line, but you even got a thing from our dispatcher like, make sure you're at the 162. I'm like,
we're always building like 162 AF, 162 AE.
Oh, some of our planes are a 400-mile plane. We have some 400-mile planes, and we have 162, and it's a mess. But I'm like, oh, this is annoying.
Morgan, are all your aircraft ETOPS certified?
No, all the Maxes are. Some of the 800s, none of the 700s.
That's okay. That's different. Like all of our 7.3s, pretty much all of them, they're ETOPS certified, unless they're something's broken, or something like that. But generally, they're ETOPS.
We were in O'Hare today. It was kind of a long day. We did Vegas, Phoenix, O'Hare, Fort Lauderdale, and
wait, there's one too many legs there for me. Say that again.
Started in Las Vegas, flew to Phoenix. 3 flights. Started in Las Vegas, flew to Phoenix, then O'Hare, then Lauderdale.
Okay. All right.
But we saw a 700, a 737-700 in United paint, and we're like, we didn't think they had 700s.
We do.
Yeah.
Apparently they were old Southwest birds. Apparently.
That's kind of an old plane.
I know it is. And they have these yellow placards on them for the flap speeds. I think that was the Southwest thing. I believe.
Oh, what?
There's yellow placards on the panel for flap speed. Big number.
Yeah.
So it's easy to see.
Yeah, we need to be reminded. That's not a memory item for me.
Yeah.
No, it's not a memory item for me either. And I love that they're there. On the other ones, I got to look under the gear handle. Like, what is it again?
They're under the gear handle now.
Yeah.
Now they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the Airbus, on the screen, and on my ND, on my speed tape, it's.
They're on the speed tape too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gonna say like we used to have flap 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't do this angles or whatever.
Like we have a low or a high speed queue that'll drop down.
Okay, same thing then.
Yeah.
The same thing. Okay.
Tomorrow is a 3-leg day for me as well. So it's not just the Southwest does 3 legs. I do 3 legs as well.
Have you ever done 4 legs, Ben?
What?
Have you ever done 4 legs at United?
I did it once at this company once.
I never have. Okay,
that was in Dulles. It was Dulles to Newark to Dulles to Cleveland to Dulles.
That's a lot of short legs.
Yeah, that's how it worked. It was
yeah.
But tomorrow is one of those like it's the end of the day, end of the trip thing where you fly to your base and then you do a turn.
And then one more.
Is there a nice couple hour sit?
Like you get to your base and everything's hunky dory and you get there on time. Then you do that flight to Fort Lauderdale, or no, we're going to Tampa tomorrow, and then Florida's gonna fuck it up.
I'm going to Tampa tomorrow. When do you get to Tampa?
That's my thing. Oh wait, go ahead. Tampa tomorrow.
When do you get to Tampa?
Tampa tomorrow? Hold on, what?
When do you get there?
I'll tell you. Give me a second.
So I go to Tampa, but on Monday. So Monday I do Vegas to Dallas, hour sit, and then a Tampa turn. Oh. But this is the same airplane all day long, though. I hate swapping airplanes.
Swapping stuff. Yeah.
I get into Tampa. We land at 11:06.
I land in Tampa the first time at 8 a.m. and then I do a Baltimore turn, getting back at 2:30. So we'll actually pass each other in the air.
I'm just gonna see if there's any Southwest plane that goes by. I'm gonna wave at you. Just to
That's funny.
And then when do you get to Tampa on Monday, Darren?
I get there at 5:06 and I leave at 5:56. So I'm missing for 5 o'clock. Leave at 6 o'clock. Yeah.
PM.
PM.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't do AM flying. No.
We leave at.
I do AM flying. No, the morning is not for me.
That's not proper.
The hours of 12:30 and 2:30 on Tuesday.
Us senior citizens don't like getting up so early. So yeah.
We did have a turn the other day that was like report at 9 and done at 3, and I was like, oh, the luxury.
Oh, that is gentleman flying.
Yeah.
Well, we call it gentleman flying, but yeah.
Gentle lady.
I like waking up, have breakfast, relax, get in the van, go to the airport, fly a leg or two, done by 5 p.m. Done.
Long sit tomorrow, though. All like hour turns. So at least that.
Oh, good.
For you guys, for us, when we have long sits, that's when they start fishing. Like, we'll fly like Dallas to Phoenix, 3-hour sit, then like Phoenix to freaking Miami. But during that 3-hour sit, we're like airport reserves. Like, you thought you were sitting 3 hours. Instead, you've been reassigned to fly Phoenix to Vegas to somewhere. Like they love when we sit because they can just grab us.
I need wood to knock on. They don't really do that.
No, they do that here because we don't have airport ready reserves, but we all are on reserve when we are sitting. We have long sits. Yeah.
We're always reassignable.
Oh. For us, they have to actually talk to us. Either talk to us or ACARs outside of sterile.
Have you phone though during the sit?
No, we don't have to, but some people do because they're idiots. But
we also don't have to answer, but if you get it from an employee of the airline gets you, like the gate agent or something, and they say, hey, call scheduling, then we have to.
Oh, no.
If it's written on the release that you have to call, or ACARs, you got to call.
ACARs is for us outside of sterile, so if it's the first 20 minutes is always sterile, and the last 20 is always sterile. So if you're doing like Austin to Dallas, you're golden because they can't. Yeah, but otherwise.
Michael Baker's asking, we have United, Southwest, and who's the third? The third is Kirkland.
Oh, Kirkland, the other Dallas airline. Yeah. Yeah.
But I can just imagine Morgan, like she gets off her plane, it's a long sit. She throws this like big like coat over her with a hat and sunglasses, and she's just sneaking around the airport. Don't find me.
I've seen at my old airline I flew them Rare 145. They would be on the jet bridge waiting to reassign you.
Yeah.
I flew with the guy. He raised up his sunshade and said, "Darren, bring my bag upstairs for me, please." He put on a jacket and walked off the airplane with the passengers. Hey, where's the captain at? Oh, you didn't see him? Oh, yeah. And they got mad. then I would just wait till everybody's gone and grab his bag and meet him at the top of the jet bridge. It's a game. It's a game.
I've definitely run interference before.
Yeah.
Like, hey, just go talk to them. Like,
I was once 8 cars when I was at the regionals. They said, Captain Zedmer, please inform your FO he has to contact crew scheduling. And I didn't reply because that's not my job.
No.
Not
that's
my job.
That's the same for us too. It's not.
I hate when, and we all had a captain that says, yeah, what's the reassignment? Yeah, the FO Darren, he's right here. Yeah, hey.
Oh, yeah,
I'm never there.
But part of my briefing is, if I think that kind of captain, I said, listen, I will never tell scheduling where you are, and you never know where I am. I'll never speak for you. You don't ever speak for me. Part of the whole get to know your briefing, because
I'll extend. Yeah, we're good.
You're good. Yeah, that's
you're good. You're good, right, Darren? You're good. I'll buy you Starbucks. Yeah.
It's like what kind of we are we talking about here?
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
No, we're good to extend. The fuck I am.
Again, I was told a long time ago, if you ever extend and bend metal, they're going to ask you, with all your knowledge and experience, you went against all the psychologists, accident investigators, and everyone else said, after this many hours, you're dangerous. But you threw it all out the window and decided to fly that flight. Yeah. So, in your own words, tell me why you decided to do this. And it's not worth it. It's never worth the stomach. And I told my wife and kids, even if we have a vacation tomorrow and I spent a whole lot of money and I'm in Timbuktu and I can't get home, it's not worth my career to extend. I'm a blanket no extend. I've done it twice in my career, and both times I didn't bend metal, but bad things happened. It didn't end up in a nice, pretty way. So
that's a good tip.
You made a point once, Darren, on one of your videos a while back. I forget when it was, but you might be feeling well enough to extend now.
Yeah.
But come the end of the flight, when you're doing that approach in the middle of the night.
Yep.
How are you going to really feel? And it's really hard to project that because you might have that adrenaline going right now, making quick decisions and answering the phones, but you have to really think about how it's going to be. And that's why the decision to extend is rarely the correct one. Rarely.
Yeah. If it's like 5 minutes and you feel great, okay. But if we're like holding short of the runway and we're ready to go, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But we're at the gate, haven't boarded yet, and you've been reassigned, or something happened. No. And if it's a 5-minute extension, I think right at the end of the runway, maybe. But if we're at the gate, no.
And I mean, I'm sure it's the same at y'all's airlines, but while I'm sure like there's people in ground ops and stuff who would like us to extend sometimes, I've never felt pressured to extend. Like if I've said, hey, I'm not good, it's usually like, okay, because they understand while it's more work for them maybe right now, like bad things could happen.
Oh no! Yeah. It's not so lovey over here.
At my regional, okay, my current company, it's never been a thing. It's like, do you want to? Yes, no. At my regional, there was a letter that came out from the director of operations once that anyone who does not extend will be considered fatigued, and will be considered immediately fatigued and will be they will have the credit debited from their sick bank or something, right? And wow. I don't know how long that lasted. I think that lasted a whole week before somebody sent that to the FSDO, and the FSDO shut them down.
Ours was if you didn't extend, you had fatigue. Yeah.
That's how it is here now. If you don't extend, it's fatigue, but that's paid out of company convenience, so it doesn't come out of your bank.
So here, if you fatigue, then you're done. You have to do a fatigue report, but you're done. They get you to the hotel and they fix your schedule. But yeah.
And I mean, it's basically kind of the same thing, though. If you're not fit to extend, then by definition, you're.
Yeah.
I mean.
But here's what I don't like. So, say if you're supposed to fly like Dallas to San Antonio, it's an hour flight. Yeah. But they reassign you to go Dallas to Boston. Listen, I'm not fatigued. I'm not fatigued to go to San Antonio. I'm rested for that.
Right.
I'm not ready to go to Boston.
Yeah.
And if you put me back on my San Antonio flight, I can do it. I'm ready to go.
Right.
I was not rested to go to Boston, and they don't understand that. Well, but it's legal, and I hate that. It's like, we're not robots. We're not robots. I woke up this morning, had breakfast with my kids, did all this stuff today, with the expectation as a professional to be rested to go to San Antonio, plus 2 hours. I'm not saying a 2 hour delay is 2 hour delay. I can do 2 extra 2 hours, but if it's like an extra 6 hours, it's a whole different story.
That was me last week. I had 2 legs and I got done in Chicago, and they wanted to add on 2 more, like another turn that was out to DCA and back, I think. And it was a super windy day. It was stormy, operationally challenged. And I was rested for the flights I did, not for an additional 6 or 7 hours of work.
Yep.
Yeah. And I told them that. I'm like, they asked me, and I said, you know what? Can I call you back? And I really thought about it, and I'm like, well, I might be good to get there, but not to get back. And the more I thought about it, I'm like, well, there's only 30 minutes on the ground. So if you're not good to get back, are you really good to get there? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
The moment you find yourself having to talk yourself into it, it's probably a bad
idea. Yep.
For sure.
Let's see. Question from the...
Oh, yeah, we've been skipping the questions.
I haven't. When we say extend, we all have duty days, and the duty day depends on what time you start in the morning. And it's not even what time you start. Because let's say Morgan is based in Chicago. I miss Alpha. Alpha has a great app. So Ben is based in D.C. I'm based in Dallas. So say me and Ben are flying together, and we're both in a Boston overnight. But we have a 4 a.m. sign-in. Well, only 5 a.m. sign-in. Well, 5 a.m. for Ben is 4 a.m. for me, because I'm based in Dallas. So if we're on the same crew.
Not acclimated.
Yes. And so I can have a shorter duty day than Ben, even though we both walked in the same airport together, we were from the same hotel, and yada, 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 later on the day, I can run out of time before Ben does. It's complicated. Alpha has a great app.
Flight needs no math. It has nothing to do with the flying.
Yes. That's it. And I mean, again, Alpha has a great 117 app. I loved it. APA has nothing. So we don't want you to have an app because something. So we have
a company. Our company gives us an app and an ACARS message. If we're getting close to the end of the duty day,
we have that. We have ACARS message. We have ACARS, but I hate looking at the stupid chart because we have all the 117 rules. At 117.65, you had this many hours. 117.121, I'm like, I don't know what these numbers mean.
I know. Literally, I have it on the back of my passport. There's the little chart and then all the cumulative limits. But ours is built into our scheduling app on our EFB. And it'll say, approaching 117 limit. And you can click it, and it'll say what you're approaching it, who the limiting crew member is, because it looks at you as a crew, but it might say the captain's the limiting crew member, right?
Similar. Ours is similar. We have a wheels up time.
You need MOT. Yeah, we have a MOT, maximum off time, whatever.
Yeah. We have a MTO max taxi out if it's a block issue, and then latest wheels up if it's a duty day issue. Yeah.
Let's see. Joey might have questions.
How many hours do we have, all 3 of us? I have no idea. You're talking as if I keep count of all of them.
Okay, ACAR is just a way of compute. We can kind of text message our company back and forth. That's what ACAR is. I keep forgetting that. Tommy, nice to finish IOE. And I don't see a question. Sorry,
I have a question here from someone says, what's the black cord that's hooked up to the front lower left side of the plane?
That's how we pump in the chemtrails, the chemtrail juice.
Is the comm? It's gonna be the on a Boeing, the ground power.
Same Airbus,
yeah. And I think Airbus is on the other side, right?
It's almost in the middle, yeah. It's in the right underneath, and then the headset jacks. These headset jacks is somewhere down there too. It's down by the gear, yeah.
We used one of Volaris's gates in Midway, and it's set up on the wrong side, kind of, because it's used to an Airbus, and the cord wasn't long enough to give us ground power.
How often do you guys get ground power in your hubs? Pretty often, or is it
every time? Every time.
Oh, Derek, does you get ground power? Ooh.
Now
so here's a question for you guys.
Ours is hooked up within 5 minutes.
Similar,
ask.
yeah.
No. So we have a situation. At this airline, if we get to the gate and the plane's not going anywhere, and we have no ground power, we're allowed to just leave the airplane running, leave the APU on. And I think it's
Likewise, I
ridiculous.
did that today in Boston. We showed up, we landed. No one hooked us up to ground power or air. I stayed and said goodbye to passengers, and I waited. I gave it some time. No one showed up. I let ops know.
I've been there in the morning for kickoff flights, and the plane was running all night long, and the fuel tanks were off by like 2,000 pounds because the APU been running all night long.
I've had that on cold overnights. They're allowed to start the APU and stuff, but they have to continuously monitor. For us, if it's a long sit and everyone's getting off and there's no one there to take it, we have to fully shut down and terminate the plane. And then if it's a through flight and you have passengers or flight attendants staying on, you have to stay on. Same thing. If there's no ground power, to fully shut it down. And then it's just hot.
It's a very different mentality here.
So we get a gate assignment message, and the gate assignment's going to tell us what the plane's doing next. So it'll say quick turn or next flight in an hour and a half going to wherever, or it'll say accomplished termination checklist.
Oh, yeah, we don't have that.
Know how to leave the plane.
Do you guys have go ahead.
I was about to say, if we leave that APU running, Darren, that's profit sharing, man.
Profit?
That's my profit sharing going out the window.
What's profit? Profit? Do you guys have brake fans on the 737? Do your brakes ever get hot and you're like,
We don't even have a brake temp monitoring.
Well, you know what? You know why, Morgan? There's a reason why.
Because we don't need it.
we don't hide our wheels away. They are super cooled.
Oh. Yeah, so we have Airbus. Most Airbus operators, Spirit doesn't have them in all their planes. We have brake fans to keep the brakes cool after landing or whatever else. So, interesting.
Some of us have the fancy. It's nice to have fancy tech, but sometimes you just don't need it because your plane is just so well designed that no additional innovation.
So today on my long flight, I'm like, you know what? Do you mind getting the radios in the plane for a second? I want to stand up and stretch for a sec. Great.
I can do that.
You're short. Or just being able to, I can do this and I can stretch and I don't have to hit my elbow on the window. I can do that.
Who hits their elbow on the window? I got T-Rex arms. Try being short.
What else can I do? I can't think. Yeah. Anyways.
I can't figure out the damn height of the damn chair. Every plane's different.
Speaking of both of you, you guys need to get a filter. And this is the OCD in me. On TikTok, there's a mirror filter. Like then you had that video about the tiller the other day, and I was going nuts. Because it was so it's I forgot what it's called, but you can mirror.
Commenting on it, I didn't see the difference. I didn't.
No, there's a difference. So like you can tap it.
So it doesn't look like we're in the left seat when you use it.
When you use it, you look like you're in the correct seat.
Right, because normally when we don't, we look like we're in the left.
And people
get on to me all the time. They're like, "Oh, you're not really a pilot. You're just pretending to sit over there."
So even right now, I do it in my lives. That way, you can read my words in my stupid shirts. And that's why I look this way.
Video when it was facing me, it looked like I was sitting in the FO seat.
Yes.
I didn't notice that.
Yes, it looks like you're in the FO seat. And so I have it favorited on my effects because it's why I use TikTok. I just
look at me. I look weird. I don't like that.
But here's the problem. I look this way, and I'm actually looking at you on the little screen, but I'm looking to my left, so it's backwards. That's why I'm looking the wrong way right now.
I don't like being mirrored. My part looks weird. Is that what I look like to other humans?
It does.
It is. I have the same problem. I'm not mirroring. That's why I don't mirror my videos.
I always mirror. I'm just the OCD in me.
Okay, I have got to change this part right now. Oh my god!
That's another. It's a first world problem. Also, like on iPhones, when you want to flip it on iPhones, it takes forever. On my Android phone, it happens right away. Anyways,
I flew 8 hours and 7 minutes of block today. I didn't need new ways to hate myself, Darren.
You got a mirror. I
don't like you.
Is your seat in the 7.3 is it power or manual seat? Do you have like a power seat and lumbar support and everything? All manual. That's crazy.
Matt, if you can crank lumbar support, we can. First thing I do, I sit down and it's hard to show. I sit down on my seat and I go crank, 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 and then I raise, lower. If I'm lucky, there's a handle, and I can get the handle up, and I can get up.
How tall are you, Ben?
5'9".
Yeah, I'm
You might
5'10".
be one of the people that would hate me because I'm short and I got short little legs, rudder pedals full aft, my seat is mostly up, back is pretty straight. And I'm sure
I'm a straight back person too. I always have a straight back. I can't.
So you're the one. I get into the plane and I lean forward. And I go crank, 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 crank.
Yeah. And you're the one where I lean forward and go crank, 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 crank to bring him back to me.
Meanwhile, here's Darren.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So, and he has letters and stuff to tell him where to put
for my
things.
armrest. I'm a G7, absolutely.
Because I'm over here being like,
not join the live. He is not with me.
I'm over here being like, oh no, that's too high. No, that's too low. No, too high.
Now that on long flights, I do that. I go up and down so much that I come in for landing. I'm like, crap. Is this the right height? No. And I look. We have the little balls in the middle, the IQ thing.
Oh, we don't have balls.
It's such a simple thing to install.
You don't have the red and white balls.
We don't got balls.
Have any balls.
We have no balls.
How do you get your seat at the right height? You said that.
That's my point. I don't know. So the way I do it, there's there's the wiper, windshield wiper on the front, and there's a little like metal nub that it sits on. So I kind of line my sight that I could see the nub, but not the rest of the nose.
That's so uncivilized.
I go with how I feel.
But here's the problem, Morgan.
No rider. She's just
and here's the problem.
It'll be down, and I'll be like, no. Yeah, okay, that feels good. I feel like I can make that work.
But here's a question for Morgan. Not so much Darren, but Morgan. On takeoff, it feels fine. And then we're coming into landing, all of a sudden I feel like I'm sitting high. And then I got to lower the seat.
Oh, I'm the opposite. On takeoff, I'm like here, and I had to go up one notch for landing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
See, I'll screw up my height. I come in for landing.
You're sitting too high for takeoff.
Oh.
What?
You're probably sitting too high for takeoff.
Probably, but it feels weird. Like I'll sit at the gate and it looks fine. It feels fine. Then on rotation, I feel like I'm low or something, and then I raise up, and then I'm landing. It's the one thing I can't get with this damn airplane. I can't figure it out.
You should file a grievance to get balls.
I should.
We had them on the CRJ. We had balls on the CRJ.
Yeah. I think even the MD-80 has something. The MD-80 has something too. So I don't know why the 737 doesn't have anything.
I don't know either. They might have to change the type certificate.
Oh, you know what? I bet it's Southwest Airlines. I bet they wanted the balls in, and Southwest is like, you can't change anything. Our pilots only know this.
Different training.
Did you guys ever jump seat or see the flight deck of one of the NGs while we still had the classics?
I've heard that you guys have the 6-pack on there, right?
So, okay, because, Ben, listen up. So we had the NG... We had the NG screens, but because we flew it as a common fleet, we ended up, while we still had the classics, it was round dials kind of like drawn on the screens. We paid extra for that.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think I've seen this configuration before. So it's the screens, but they are actually like round dials. I've seen that before.
Yeah,
that's Southwest.
What sort of weird European company did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first time I ever jumped in a 737, the captain's like, see this, Darren? It's all LCD. We have 800s here. State of the art. Look up here. Southwest Airlines. All the overhead panel. Like Southwest Airlines. Yeah. A common type.
I didn't know Southwest did that.
It was because the classics were round dial as well, so it...
Do you ever see the videos of the guys in Europe on the 737, the ones who film while flying? They're like, how you're not getting fired for doing that. But their navigation display has those cool rings around it. And you're like, how do I get mine to do that? You ever notice that?
On a 737?
Yeah,
they have like these distant rings that are like white. These white, like they're like little arcs.
Ours have that.
We have that. On my Airbus.
You don't have that?
I don't think I have that.
We have that.
I don't think I have
like
that.
when you're on an 80 scale, the middle white ring will say 40.
40. Yeah.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Oh.
It's different. I got to find a picture and show you.
Darren and I were on the same page here. We're both like
No, that I have. I'm talking about it looks different. I can't describe it well. I need a picture to show you, but oh, you know what? I have another phone. Let me
This is about to look like I'm being interrogated just to get lighting.
Wait, Ben, do you have an iPhone now, Ben? You changed phones?
It's a Google Pixel.
Okay, because your videos are much clearer now. I noticed the difference in your videos. I'm like, he has an iPhone. I have a Pixel too. I have a Pixel as well. Yeah, your videos have gotten much better.
Better audio quality, better camera. This is my old phone, which I apparently paid off already. I was going to turn it in. They said it's yours.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping it for Wi-Fi stuff, which is great.
Okay.
Now,
yeah. So you're like me now. You're bougie. You got two phones.
Wait, I have two iPhones. Does one of them need to be a Pixel?
Why do you have?
Yeah.
So the Pixel makes better video and some better video sometimes and better pictures, especially. But the iPhone is easier to create on. So, yeah, I like having two things. I'm kind of weird that way.
Yeah, I have a 13 and a 14.
So I have the 14 Pro Max because I have U-Chans, and then I have the Pixel 7 Pro for stuff as well.
I got a Max and I had to return it because it didn't work. Okay?
What? Are you too big for your hands? Or? No.
Yeah. All right. So, you see the navigation display? That's what you have, right? Looks like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Go down a little bit.
Lower the phone.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I have, right? This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I have that too.
We all have that.
How do you get that? I don't have that. What setting of the ETOPS are you setting? I have never seen that.
Hold on. I have a digital Bulford book for the 7.3.
Sure, please.
The Cockpit Companion, the little brown leather book that people carry around.
Yeah.
Okay.
People are weird.
I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, you guys are weird.
Some of us like to be pilots, Darren.
I'm an aviator. Sorry, I'm an aviator.
Mine looks like this.
You don't have these?
In the map display, yeah. You're saying these people are flying in map? Are they flying stuff like they're supposed to? That's what they're doing?
In map.
I fly in map.
I fly in map. Everyone flies in map. I don't know a single person who doesn't fly in map.
I'm getting my EFIS labels wrong. Hold on.
Because, yeah, mine's always in map.
Who's out here not flying in map? Are you flying in plan display?
No, I'm not flying in map. Hold on. Wait, there you go. That's the word. I'm flying in map.
Okay.
Just up, right?
That's what has them.
Map. So that picture that I'm seeing with all those rings.
Yeah.
That's map.
That's in the map?
Yeah. Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I'll do a video on it tomorrow just for you.
Tomorrow I'm going to be sitting there playing with my goddamn EFIS. My iPhone's going to be looking at me like I'm trying to make the damn thing have the rings.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Hold on. I'm going to figure out how to get these.
Type rating.
Like these. You don't have these? What is...
No, I need to see how to. Damn it! Hold on. Why didn't you? Wait. Hold on.
You have to be flying around in plan mode. Like that's the mode that.
I'm not flying in
plan mode.
I'm not flying in plan mode. No one flies in
weird.
I'm not flying in plan mode.
Okay, now hold on. In the Bulford, here is a picture of map that doesn't have the rings. Is that what yours looks like?
That's what I have.
Now let me figure out how to fix you. Darren, y'all answer some questions. Mama's gonna
best way to airlines is best way to airlines is join professional organizations. So join OVAP, NGPA, and AOPA, and Women in Aviation, and network and volunteer. Software options: A has profile views, Southwest does not. Poor Ben. Why does it feel like when you're taking off? It isn't an adrenaline rush. It's really busy. I made a video about the takeoff yesterday. Like the takeoff role is way more complicated than people think it is. I kind of have the thing I say. I fly every takeoff to thrust set. I fly thrust set to 80 knots. And I'm ready to reject it anytime. 80 knots, I fly it to V1. And from V1, then I fly it to the acceleration altitude. Like I'm always ready to reject. The takeoff role is so complicated. It's way more complicated than this.
People ask if I get nervous. People ask, do I get nervous?
Yeah.
It's not that I'm nervous, but the closer I get to 100 knots,
yeah.
the more ready I am to reject. And the closer I get to V1, the more ready my arm is to pull back on that thrust lever.
Yeah.
My go-to is to reject that V1.
Any noise. If FO says any noise, Ben's going to, it's hair trigger.
V1 passes, I let go of the thrust lever.
Yeah. I took up at St. Thomas today, and it's a short run. Have y'all been to St. Thomas, Morgan? No. Y'all don't fly there. Y'all don't fly to St. Thomas.
I think I have been. Morgan, look, hold on. This is in my manual right here. This is my manual. This is how our ND looks. This is how the navigation display looks.
I guess some airlines just don't spring for the extra stuff.
And then if I want to, I can make it look like that. I can
okay,
do that.
I'm gonna figure
That's
this out.
compass mode.
Yeah.
If you press center,
it'll do that.
It'll do that.
I don't fly like that, but I can do that. I cannot find a way because I've tried to get those rings.
Oh, here we go. This is someone who does who's a sim flyer. So I'm gonna see if there's a way that they know how to do it, because I'll tell you, the people who fly sims sometimes know more about this than me.
Yes, they do. Yeah. Highest ever flown is 41,000 feet, but not in the Airbus.
I've gone through all the options that I have for plan mode and everything else. There's nothing here that shows that. I'm not making this up.
What happens if you get delayed in flight and time out? You can't time out in the air.
I got you, Ben. They say to go in, you're going to have to jack with your FMS settings if you want to try it, but here's what it says.
I'm not changing the FMS settings.
FMS settings, memory, PMDG setup, airplane displays.
No, the PMDG.
Stop
PMDG.
No.
I'm just telling you
how
they say to get the ring.
What it is, it's a software option from the manufacturer.
Yeah, the manufacturer of that sim plane.
That's what it is.
We don't get a phone allowance for using our personal cell phone for work. No. But all the airlines pay for our iPads that have cellular capabilities, so we use that for most stuff anyway.
Can we just take a second? Because my airline never has the stuff that you pay extra for, and I have something United doesn't have.
I'm like, okay, yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of things that they paid extra for, I had a HUD today in my plane.
You don't normally have HUDs?
No, they don't. No, we don't normally have HUDs. I walk into the flight deck, first time I've ever seen a HUD in a 7.3. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like a kid in a candy store. There's a HUD. There's a HUD. There's a HUD. I sit down and I bump my head on it because there's no room.
I've heard that.
I lower my seat, but then I lower the glass and I put the glass up and I set it up and I turn it on and I'm spinning the damn thing and I don't even notice the little itty bitty placard that says ETOPS on it. and I'm like, no, damn you, work. And
do y'all have auto land?
We have auto land.
We don't have auto land. That's why we have HUDs.
Same at my airline as well. Our 7s don't have auto land.
Something we will use in the future, which is why we have them, because this is a brand new Max, brand new. So it came like this. Someone made a choice to have it. So I'm guessing in the future, but now at the moment they're not working. I was bummed. I was so excited.
But Darren, you guys as well don't have. You just use HUDs.
Our 7.3s have HUDs because they don't have auto land. They have to hand fly the damn thing to the ground like some archaic monster. While my Airbus, we have our cappuccino, and we watch the plane land by itself.
You know, it's amazing to me to really, in real time, see the decline of the pilot profession.
Whoa!
I'm just kidding. I love you.
And we're done.
I love you.
Well, I also want to talk about the tray table because he keeps getting on me about this tray table thing. Look, I have been provided a tray table. It comes with my iPad. I take it off, and I place it right here, and I have a tray table just like you.
You use the logbook.
There you go.
Wait, so when you get your crew meal, Morgan, and you have to pick from your 2 different meals you have to share the. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's right.
Crew meal.
So today, I had a omelet and fresh fruit on the way to St. Thomas. On the way back, I had to choose between short ribs or the chicken, and I'm like, I don't know which one to pick. So we had to take out the tray table, and we had to expand my tray table first to hold the tray, and then enjoy it, and then take the white tablecloth and then enjoy the meal.
And then it got all spilled over you in water.
Because it was very bumpy today, yes. But the tray table, I tell you what, once you have it, you don't ever want to not have it anymore. That was my comfort zone. And then they changed our procedures now. We have to stow it for takeoff and landing, and it sounds really bad. It's so weird to take off and see nothing between my legs anymore because I used to see the tray table there and it was comforting. And now
what do you think the yoke is for us? It's our comfort yoke.
I guess it is because it's very odd to see nothing. Like it's just nothing. It's just very odd, very odd. And the thing about the side stick is odd is where's your hand? Like when you're a FO and you have a yoke, you can put two hands on the yoke. But I'm an FO on the Airbus. I have one hand on my side stick and my other hand is just like.
Oh, that would be weird.
Like, what do you do?
It's like Talladega Nights. Like, what do I do with my hand?
Called thrust levers.
Not when you're the FO.
And you guard them.
No, not here.
No.
Do you guys guard them there? Yeah, two hands.
Wait, for what?
You guys have both hands?
No, below 2,500 feet. You got to have hands on them on both.
Yeah, and ours is whenever we have flaps out, flaps or anything, we have to have hands on both.
Both hands on the both pilots have to have their hands there?
No, the pilot flying.
Oh yeah, we don't ever. But ours don't move. Our thrust levers don't move.
So ours is like when I asked for if I do flaps 1 or something because ATC gave me a speed that I needed and I'm still 40 miles out from the field, I have to have hands on both. Because
our thrust lever will be like, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes.
Yeah, mine is proper, so yeah, no.
You know, you sound really dignified over there. Cappuccinos.
I am very dignified. Yes. Crew meals, tray tables.
From his flight deck because he sits higher.
Brake fans.
He does look down on everyone.
And I keep on getting a picture of how much higher I sit than you guys, but at the gate, the plane next to me, I can't see it because the jet bridge is there. I need to get like a 7-3 like right next to me somewhere, not in sterile, that I can take a picture of. Because there's a new pilot on TikTok now that's shooting all these videos in flight, and I told him, dude, you know, if you look at the people that are aviators on airline pilots here, none of us do this. None of us have in-flight videos. He's like, well, I talked to the chief pilot. He says it's okay. I went, if you understand, if you're the only person doing it, maybe it's not the right thing to do.
There was another major aviation creator on here who was posting videos and photos from inside the flight deck.
Yeah.
I mean, he's clearly visible, and he flies for a U.S. airline, and I don't know how he's getting away with it.
One guy flies for my airline, and I'm like, dude. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I said I wouldn't do it. I told him I'd take it down. Take down the video you put down. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the $1 million career for clicks. You know, that's why
you just have GoPros in the own me. My opinion, nothing wrong putting a GoPro behind me that's running on its own. Put it on before sterile.
And I don't have to mess with it. Yeah.
I have to mess with it. But I am paid not to do that.
Yeah.
That is not my SOP, so I do not. I personally have no problem with it.
Yeah.
But if I do it, I could jeopardize my career. It's not worth it.
That's how you lose $1 million. I always say that's how you lose $1 million by doing stupid stuff. So, like, I mean, we're all of us the same mindset that when we film on the ground, we make damn sure we can see the damn doors open, or over the window you can see ain't nothing moving.
Let me tell you how careful I am with what I post, and I try, and things slip through once in a while. I made a video. Somebody wanted to know how the air conditioning works on an airplane. Can we control the temperature, right? I got to a plane early, which is very rare. I got to a plane. They let me down really early, and I had time. No one's at the plane. I didn't even set up. I posted the video. After my 5th watching of the video, something caught my eye. Someone didn't do their termination checklist properly or shutdown checklist, and the trim air switch was on, even though the plane was off. And is it a big deal? No. It's not supposed to be on. It's supposed to be off. Don't look at me. We have different SOPs. It's okay.
No. I'm just trying to think of why turning off the trim air switch. It's just running through my mind. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's supposed to be. It's part of the after landing flow. You're supposed to turn the trim air.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. It's just how it's written. So it's supposed to be off, but it was left on. And in my video, it's showing that it's on when the plane is clearly cold and dark. And I didn't want anybody being like, "Oh, he's not doing what I'm going to do, and I my Microsoft Flight Sim and I just I don't want to deal with that headache, so I deleted the video.
Yeah,
I will remake it on a different day.
Yeah, go ahead.
I made a video today and posted, and I had to text someone later because we had a couple come down, and they said, "Hey, we're flying to Chicago to get married. Our wedding is next Saturday. And I was like, congratulations. And we do this thing where if it's like your anniversary, your wedding, they'll bring you a bottle of champagne, right?
Okay.
And so I called down to ops and I'm like, hey, do we have any champagne bottles? And so I make a video about this. And then I'm sitting here as I'm standing in the jetway talking about giving this to someone else. I'm like, I'm in uniform holding a bottle of champagne. And I'm like, but I'm clearly talking about giving it to someone else, like going to give it to a passenger. But
but
someone
screenshots it.
Last trip, I finished up and I swung by a grocery store to get some stuff for Passover Seder. And during the Passover Seder, for those who are familiar, Jews drink 4 cups of wine during the Seder. It's traditional. So I went to go grab some bottles of wine, but I'm in full pilot uniform on my way home.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, stopped, took off the damn pin, the epaulets, the tie.
I've done that before.
On, even though it was warm out, and I walked into the thing. We have to be really careful with optics.
Because especially nowadays, iPhones, someone just says, oh, look at this pilot with all these bottles of wine, and he's going to go fly an airplane. And people have no idea how annoying it is to have to take off your silly thing just to go buy something in the store. Yeah.
It's so bad that even if like the only place to get food is at the bar at an airport, I will not walk up to the bar to order.
We're not allowed. It's in our FOM.
Yeah, I walk to the host. I talk to the host.
If it's a place that primarily serves alcohol, we can't go in. If it's they also have alcohol there. Like it's the hotel restaurant that has a bar. Yeah. If you're getting food to go, okay. But if it's like a full-on bar or something, no.
Yeah, like the airport bars where it's a bar first, food second.
Yeah,
we can't go do that.
No.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm always putting on I have a cover up I put on. Like when I go to the airline clubs, my select credit cards, I put a cover up on. One, because it just looks bad. It's bad optics to be anywhere around alcohol and as a pilot. It doesn't matter what you're doing. So yeah. Let's see. And here's a random question. How long were you an airline pilot before you figured out that you can just press the button on your seatbelt to release the shoulder harnesses and not have to twist it to take everything off? I was 3 years for me. 3 or 4 years as an RJ. I felt I went, hey, what did you just do?
I don't know, but it did take me a while. I don't know how long it took me, but I remember this like,
no one teaches you how to do that. They just say get the damn stem.
I was probably like 6 months into flying the Caravan, and I just happened to look over it. I'm like, how are you fastening your seatbelt again so fast?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not.
Yep. Go ahead, Ben.
No, Reagan, question. What's the difference between normal 737 winglets and scimitar winglets?
An upper and lower strake.
An upper lower strake. The normal winglet is called a blended winglet, and that's just the winglet they added. The scimitar is when they added another winglet to the bottom because they discovered that if you add things, it looks cooler.
Yes, Clay, you can do that on a 175. Just press your thumb, and the shoulder harnesses come off. I used to fly with guys, and right at rotation, they click it off. I'm like, how are you so fast? And nowadays, I'm the same way. Like I used to not care about my shoulder harness, and now I'm like, no.
We have to wait till flaps are up.
Oh, no. We're done. Reject. Possible rejecting. So yeah.
Ours is when flaps are up, you can take them off, and they have to come on through 18,000.
No, ours is on before landing. Yeah.
I think ours is on before landing, and it has to be on for takeoff. Yeah. I believe.
Ben, for the scimitars, what's the max roll you can have before you scrape the bottom strake? What's that max bank?
As if I'm sitting there measuring my roll. I'm not measuring my fucking...
They tell us 8.8.
Really? Is it 8.8? But you're not going to hit the car. You're going to hit the nacelle.
Yeah, I know. But 8.8 for that lower strike. They hammered that into our little brain.
Am I 8.8? Am I 8.8?
See, if you flew a proper airplane that had nice long landing gear and was designed properly, you wouldn't have to have these things. I can easily.
Big itch.
Right. But here's the weird thing I like about the Airbus.
Excuse me, First Officer. Do you also have a tray table?
I do. I can color big coloring books. I can do the small ones, but in flight, I can make it bigger and get the full length ones. But here's one thing I hate about the Airbus. Doing a crosswind landing is very odd. In other plane, you do a cross control thing, and the Airbus, it teaches landing with your feet. Minimal aileron, just your feet. and it's very odd.
Also, I mean, look, no joking aside with the Scimitar, it's a threat, right? With the Scimitar or the Max, it's not a. Is it a Scimitar on the Max, or the hell they have?
I think it's technically a Scimitar, but it's not as long.
Yeah, but it is a threat. So like what's the crosswind limitation? 33 knots for landing with the Scimitar winglet.
35.
Ours is 35 across the board.
Limits.
Huh?
Our blended was 34. Our Scimitar is 33.
Oh, ours is 35.
Ours is 35 for dry runway. Ours is 35 across the board.
That's takeoff. Our landing is 640.
35.
Yeah.
Huh.
But we got limits, and we got the limits. But we're taught to just kick the rudder with the crab. You don't.
Okay, so it's similar to Airbus. When you first do it, it's very weird. Like, okay, I used to do aileron and rudder, and here I am just doing my feet. It's very odd.
They told us they actually prefer if we side load it. They're like, we'd prefer you do that than.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People keep asking me why it's so hard to get a smooth landing on the 7.3. I'm like, you try landing a plane at cruise speed and try to tell me.
Yeah, you guys are hauling ass on the runway. We're like today. I landed my VREF was 124 in the 319
Really?
Yeah.
We were in a light 700 today. Like it holds 143. We had 95 on there. Ref was 130. Target 135.
I've had ref as low as like 115, and then a crazy headwind. I'm like 90 knots across the ground.
Target speed 158.
Wow.
Yeah, that's for the Max and the 800s, and we're full. Yeah.
Ours, the highest I've ever seen at 321 was like
Why
maybe
is it
150.
so different?
My highest was 167.
Oh, I haven't had that.
In a 900 with ice. What?
Flaps 15?
No. 900 after a red eye, with gusty winds, 167. I hate the 900.
You're really only a couple knots off of the placard speed there, yeah?
Yeah.
I had a situation once in Denver leaving that we were at our ref speed on takeoff. It was a hot day. Was like 170, 180 for ref speed for takeoff. And our max tire speed is like 192. So we're like, we want to rotate, and we're like, he's like watching the.
Yeah.
Because we're almost to max tire speed.
That's fast.
Yes, very fast, and it's very uncomfortable. Yeah.
The highest I think I've had was during one of the precautionary takeoffs for wind shear, and I think it was like 160 something.
Oh, we need delay rotation. And
Yeah.
What else? Okay, Scimitar crosswind landing at 37. 40 was for the blended winglet. So 37.
Oh. What's your max wind that y'all are allowed to do?
We don't have a set max wind.
Ours is 50.
It's a recommended crosswind limit.
Oh, max. Oh, good.
Oh, I was going to say ours is 50 steady, 70 gust.
Oh, I think ours is 50 knots.
That's written, but now I'm going to go double check the manual.
Yeah, I'm going to double check.
Our set wind.
In the comments, people's minds are blown about the seatbelt thing. It's very funny. People are like, you can do that with the seatbelt? Just like, yeah.
Well, they can. They don't have a single button to release their seatbelt. They kind of have a latch.
Who does? Oh, the people in the back. The other pilots in the comments are like, really? You can do that? Yeah.
But so Emmanuel, who's a Delta guy, he says, I'll never get over the trauma that landing the 900s caused me. It's ridiculous.
Is it just because they're so long?
They're long and you can't flare it, so you have to carry that energy. And that's why I got a greaser out of a 900 yesterday in Orlando, and I know that somewhere in the next few days I'm going to pay dearly for it. I know.
The 800s are the worst for me, and so I'm sure it's the same with the 9. There was one day in Kansas City. I guess I decided that flaring was optional. And it's the worst when you have the longer bite. I'm sure for the 321s as well, Darren, because the second you go, oh shit, you're driving the gear in.
Do you guys have the countdown all the way at 50, 40, 30, 20, 10? Do you have the countdown all the way?
We have 50, 30, 10.
10, yeah.
I'll say we have all the numbers, and if you skip a number, you know you're fucked up. Like 50, 40, 20. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
30.
If ours is 50, that's good. But if you hear 50, 30, 20, you're like, oh shit.
It's more like 50. 40, 30, 20, fuck.
Yeah. Well, then of course mine says the R word, which I won't say loud because TikTok.
You said it's tight, but it fits. I said that's what she said.
Oh.
And no one laughed.
Trying not to get a community guidelines violation.
I am prepared for a humorous joke.
Whose bag goes on top, Ben?
That's a private matter, and I ask you not to
But
go
you know,
there.
here, our 7.3s, only the captain's bag goes.
Whoever's there first, their bag's on the bottom. That's just how it is.
Ours is FO's bag goes on the bottom because that's where the blue juice will go. Captain's bag is on top of FO's bag.
What blue
always.
juice?
What blue juice?
If the lav
where
leaks.
it's coming from.
Oh. That's
but
sad. No, here on our 7.3s, the FO bag goes in the closet, and they only have one slot for a bag in our 7.3 for some reason. They changed it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre.
Yeah, it goes under the second jump seat for us.
Mm-hmm.
See, we don't have that second jump seat though in the 7.3 is a joke. You can't fit there. You can't fit there.
A person can fit.
That's worse than behind the Airbus and behind the captain on a 7.
Look, here's what you do. You go like this. You
cross your legs.
You lean this shoulder into the closet. All right. You suck it in a bit. This foot kind of goes up on the pedestal, and this foot almost wraps around the captain. And then you're set.
Then you go through their hair and say, "What kind of shampoo have you been using?" No. We only have one now because I heard that was such a useless jump seat that they took it out of our 7.
It's a seat home.
It is a seat home.
Something proposed as part of our contract negotiations. Let's not go deep into this. Okay, is that every new aircraft is going to have 2 jump seats? Every single one.
Speaking of jump seat, is your jump seat included in your basic operating weight?
It depends who's sitting in.
What does that mean?
Explain.
If it's one of our guys or gals, one of our pilots in the jump seat, they are included in the basic operating weight of the plane. If it's a Southwest pilot, they are not. I recently found this out.
Wow. Ours is not, and it can be an issue.
I don't know why it's written that way or how it is. I just follow the rules.
Ours is not, but it is something that
it's contentious.
It's a piece of paper to get it included, right? And so,
and all of us know those weights are so BS. Like we've all flown planes, like we are way heavier than this SBR.
My favorite is when everyone sits in front.
Oh.
And you go to rotate, and you're like, a little more trim, please.
Yeah.
I've had people. Your rollerboard that you bring on the plane that you put in the overhead, guess how much it weighs? But if you gate check it, it weighs 30-something pounds now.
Yeah.
So we all flew RJs, and remember we all done the magical bags. Hey, we're 200 pounds overweight. Hey, go get a couple rollerboards. Where are we gonna put them? We'll put them in the closet. Then they weigh nothing. the magical. Oh, they lost all the weight suddenly. Or hold on, we saw some kids. Yeah, we got 9 kids.
Yeah, that's it. We always go with only half weights.
Yeah. Oh, we had 9 kids. Oh, really? And now you're underweight. If you're a scary flyer, don't listen to this because all the weights are just.
Yeah, we probably should have done a disclaimer.
All the weights. I mean, I've had my VREF speed be right on top of my. It's called the yellow arc, like right on top of min. I'm like, attitude knots. We're right there. We're right there. We kind of heavy today. We're going to Alabama. Yeah. All right.
I know I'm not quite down to my summer weight yet because everyone magically loses 15 pounds.
15 pounds. Isn't that amazing? It's like, oh, wait, the date changed.
Yeah.
Speaking of summer, when do you guys change over to summer uniforms?
What's a summer uniform?
Oh, okay. We're required to wear the hat and jacket in the winter.
Oh, yeah. Our jacket has to be worn until May. It's Mona here. May to October, you don't have to wear a jacket. November to April, you have to wear a jacket.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So
we never have to wear a jacket. We have 3 jacket styles to choose from: leather, carbon, or blazer, and no hat required.
I miss our leather jackets. Our Eagle people can still wear them.
Oh.
We can't wear them here, though. Because that's why.
Because.
Why?
Because. Huh?
Because it's very annoying. Very
So
annoying.
when do you end your summer or when can you go to summer uniform?
Next week.
Wow.
I only have half a uniform right now for winter because I never got the hat.
I never wore my hat except for my first year on probation.
Explain. Captain hat was ordered, but the captain hat, the brass for the captain hat, the metal up front and the sides, are manufactured in Ukraine, actually. So they're having delays in manufacturing.
Why? Just kidding.
I wonder why. I don't know what could be possibly causing it. So the hat never shipped. It should arrive. They said about a 6-month wait. So I won't get to wear the hat this year.
Wow.
The fact that they're saying a 6-month wait, and I'm like, what do you know about the situation in Ukraine that the rest of us are unaware about?
Yeah. So are you telling me to be over
the situation that's causing the delay?
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know anything else. The factory's in Ukraine. They're dealing with.
I'm just saying, but
what do they know? Months. Like some intelligence, they know the war's going to be over in 6 months. Like,
they said an average delay of 6 months. I don't know.
Oh, average delay.
Which is the thing, because I have a heck of a TikTok idea for putting my winter stuff away, and I want to have a hat to complete it, so I can't do it this year. I
have a hat if you want it.
Yeah, you want my hat?
I could take my old Transstates hat.
There you go.
Ours looks like our hat looks like Americans' old uniform hat because fun fact, when Southwest was started, the guy who came over to help start and set up flight ops is from American. And so he just wore what he had in his closet. So American's uniform became our uniform for the longest time. We had the exact same uniform.
That's funny.
For decades.
I am jealous of JetBlue, and I missed the Virgin America uniforms years ago. They had the dark gray, because the white shirt is so over. The white shirt is so over. I don't know why we can't have colors. I'm not saying
they're reevaluating our uniforms right now. I think they were going with a purple color, like a darker
the
purple.
Shirt.
No, blazer.
Oh, I'm talking about my damn uniform. I hate the white shirt. I'm over the white pilot shirt.
Purple?
Blazer? That's kind of.
Not everyone looks good in purple.
I know, but
the deltas are sharp.
But I'm thinking it's like a Joker blazer.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't that vibrant, and I think it got vetoed by the pilot group. We're like, heck no.
Wait, do we all want 2 rows of buttons?
No, I only use one button. I don't need the rest.
Some of us bought our blazers when we also made our New Year's resolutions, and some of our blazers no longer button.
And during COVID was bad. Let's just say COVID was bad.
Yeah.
That was a bad year.
Question about 767 pay at United. Why is it lower than 400? Because the 400 carries more passengers. And in the warped world of aviation, more passengers means more responsibility, therefore more money. That's the answer.
And great book to read, but Hard Landings is a great book to read. Back when they first started getting airlines, pilots were like, they got bigger airplanes. So here's your new airplane, same pay. And pilots said, no, bigger airplane, more money. We did to ourselves. I think it's very silly that we get paid based on the size of plane we fly. We're not we're safer because we fly a bigger plane, or we're better pilots if we fly a bigger plane. I think it's kind of silly. UPS doesn't do that.
Have more passengers on a subtype of a plane, and there's no more money.
I don't know why the 767 767-300 pays the same as the 737, if that's the case.
Oh, but
that's what I'd like to know.
At Eagle, my old airline, if you were a captain of 145, you got a full pay. You flew 140, you got 5% less. You flew 135, you got less.
Blended.
And sometimes they would sub it. They'd sub out the airplane from a 145 to a 135, and you got 135 pay. And it's but FO got the same because I made no money. But the captain will make less money based on how many people they had in the back.
It happens here. You got senior guys bidding for the 400 because more money on it. There's only it's a handful of them in the fleet, but they all bid for it because it pays the higher rate.
It's so silly. We all do. We don't fly. I don't know. Anyway, I fly my 319 and say I fly my 321.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm moving.
Well, at some point, I'm sure the Boeing 737, the great queen
1000?
of the skies that it is, will
they're done.
Will age out, and we'll get the proper Viking funeral she deserves.
I think they're done. I bet they're done making any more 737.
No, they've said they're done.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Finally, that horse can finally be buried. No more beat the dead horse.
Viking queen.
Just Morgan, when you do I've seen the walk around and under your wheel well, it looks so scary under there. It looks like my ND80.
Okay, look. The 737 walked so the A320 could run. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
So we give our dues to our elders.
I appreciate the work you do because it makes my job so much easier. Because again, on the overhead panel, on the average day, I touch 3 buttons. That's it. 3 buttons. APU start, APU master, APU start, APU bleed.
You know, I actually probably only touch 3 buttons too.
To start my engines?
I got switches and I got knobs. What buttons do you have?
Ben, shut up.
To start my engines, I just turn a little click, I do a little click, and I look away. I don't have to do for jizzle.
I'm over here trying to say I only touch 3 buttons, which is probably true.
It is.
Oh, boy.
And they're all on your ether.
With my map rings.
I don't need my airplane's lighter because it doesn't have map rings.
Future Aviator 04 says, "What's that barking sound?" I think that's a question for Darren.
It's a hydraulic power transfer unit. Here's what I was told at United: you guys don't turn that pump on. At United, so after landing through the single engine taxi, I'll shut down number 2, and I turn on an electric pump so that you don't hear that horrible noise. But I heard at United,
you never get the noise at all?
If I turn the pump on.
Yeah.
Yes. But I heard at United, that's not SOP, and that you guys should shut the number 2 down, and you'll hear that all the way to the gate.
I don't know how they run it.
It's not unsafe. It's just annoying. You'll hear it after every engine start, though.
I've been on Delta, and it makes that sound the whole way, so I'm guessing no pump.
Yeah. So here, you only hear it after the first engine is started, and it runs a test, and then you should never, if you have a good FO, you should never hear it, ever. Now, a month ago, we're taxiing out on the single engine because the captain was crazy, and he threw me off. And I realized I never turned it on. And I'm like, oh, those 4 people in the back. I felt so bad because for like 10 minutes they were hearing that horrible noise, and they're probably like, "We fly American all the time. What that horrible noise?" It is it's a very scary noise.
You guys don't normally single engine taxi? Oh, what about you, Ben?
If there's a need, I mean,
if I know
profit sharing.
Flying a Max, I'm not holding the ramp to start that second.
You're saying these words. I don't know what they mean.
You know what? You not knowing what profit sharing means is the same as me not knowing what crew meal stands for.
There you go. Because
crew meal they give you when you're flying.
Yeah. Now Ben can pick his meal. Ben can pick.
Is that the turkey sandwich we get when we go international?
Yeah.
We do. It's on Wonder Bread, and it's pretty tasty. I'm not gonna lie.
But here's a negative about my crew meals. They almost never change. Like tomorrow, I know I'm gonna have beef short ribs or chicken for lunch. I can pick between those 2. It's almost always the same thing every day. And depending on my flight attendant, I might get a roll. I might not get a roll. I might get a dessert. I might not get a dessert. So, yeah.
I'm about to shut off.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Some of us don't have the seniority like Darren.
You see this little hamburger here?
Yeah.
That means I'm getting a meal. If I tap the hamburger.
What if you're vegan?
I do select meals.
See, we don't do that here.
A drop down of different choices of what I would like.
What happens if you pick a kosher meal and then you drop the trip or get reassigned? How late can you change the meal?
So I can only choose a meal. It's got to be outside of 24 hours.
Okay.
There are stations where the kosher meal is advantageous, and there are stations where it is not.
So if you're on reserve, you're on short call reserve, you get a trip, you just get whatever they get.
I get whatever the other guy ordered.
Now, follow-up questions. You're gonna get fed 4 times tomorrow?
Twice.
No.
Twice.
What,
They look like 4 hamburgers.
That was the whole trip, right?
That was the trip.
So you're getting fed twice tomorrow.
Today was once. Tomorrow, like if the flight departs, no matter how many legs you're doing, if you depart, I think it's like before 6 a.m. It's automatically you get a breakfast on board. That way you don't have to go rushing to find food in the morning, which makes sense. And then if you're on duty for X amount of time and you don't have an X amount of break in the middle somewhere to sit,
same.
You get a meal. Or if you transcon that's scheduled longer than 5 hours, you get a meal and a snack.
Yeah, we get two meals.
Some of us. Let me explain my day today. Okay. We van was at 4:30. Nothing's open in the hotel. Get to the airport. Got the scanner at KCM broke, so we all had to go through pre-check. Didn't have time to grab food. Flew to Phoenix. We had about 35 minutes on the ground, so the captain ran up first. I set everything up. If he didn't get back in a certain amount of time, I was going to have to turn the IRSs off so that I could go get food too, because we can't leave the plane with the IRSs on. Nope, just hear me out. That's good. But he came back, so then I ran really quick, grabbed a burrito, put that to the side because it was time to push, ate that en route to O'Hare. There's no options at O'Hare, so we ate some of the snack mix, and then got down here to Fort Lauderdale, and when this live ends, I'm going to go to Chipotle.
No. So I got breakfast on the way to St. Thomas, lunch on the way back. I get breakfast or lunch tomorrow to Vegas, and then Vegas to Dallas, I get breakfast, then I get lunch on the way. No, I get dinner on the way back to Tampa to Dallas. So, yeah.
Wow.
But here's what's silly. I'll get a crew meal sometimes, Austin to Dallas. There's not enough time to eat the damn meal, Austin, Dallas. Like, I'll eat it on the ground.
Too. Yeah.
It's like, I'll eat it on the ground in Dallas or on the ground in Austin. It's not enough time to eat the meal.
For 10 cents a day, you could share your crew meal with a starving pilot.
That's great. That was really good.
What do you guys do for like transcons? You guys do like Baltimore to like LA, don't you? Don't you guys do like lunch? What do you just have to like?
So what you do generally, here's what we do. So if you flew like islip to Baltimore or something, and you have like 45 minutes for a turn is pretty standard for like an 800 or a max. And so you make a deal with each other and you say, hey, one of us goes first, the other sets up the plane. Usually the captain goes first because the FO sets everything up. And then when the captain comes back, you run up and you try and plan. So you're like, I'm going to eat now if I'm hungry. Maybe I'm going to go into Hudson News and grab some snacks for about midway. How much time do I have in LA? If I don't have a lot of time, maybe I'm going to grab food for later too.
But yeah, profit sharing. And you have the rings that Ben doesn't have.
You know what though? Actually, if you don't get crew meals, do you even need a tray table?
Oh, there you go.
But what do you do? How do you color though en route? So your coloring books, when you get bored en route and you need a color.
Oh, I don't color. I just lick the window.
See, that makes sense. See. Yeah. Yeah. It's so close to your face. It's so close to your face. You're like.
Yeah, it's right
mine's
there.
So far away. I can't reach.
That's right. It. That's right. It's just right there.
Okay. Wait, Ben's looking for a picture.
Some of us weren't fed today, so I'm gonna go to Chipotle.
Enjoy your Chipotle.
I was gonna go down and grab some dinner too. I got to get up like really early.
I don't.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna stay around and try to find this picture because Emmanuel's asking about our crew meals and what they look like, and I don't see the picture.
Hold on, real quick, y'all. I have a beef with people who post crew meal pictures because, maybe I just don't understand, and you guys can explain to me. But what it looks like is to make other people feel bad. They have taken all of the entrees and put them on one tray, but you guys don't actually get like 2 or 3 entrees, right? You just get one.
Yeah, you got one.
Okay, so
I'll have an entree, a salad, a dessert, and there'll be 4 things on my tray table though. It's not just it's not just one meal. Like it's I'm taking pictures
Here.
of my meal.
I thought they
Take a
just go
picture.
like, here's your burrito.
No.
Here's what it looks like. Emmanuel, I hope you're still here. So I had the jumpsuiter take a picture. It's Darren. This is what we do: is we put it in our lap, and and this is what it is: like some chicken, some rice, asparagus, a salad, fruit cup, and a roll.
That's so
All right.
sad.
So if I got crew meals, I would bid the A320. That's all I'm going to say. That's the superior plane. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye. You guys have a good night.
I'm also going to go get some food downstairs. This was great. We got to do this more.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Morgan, if I'm in Tampa, I'll message you.
On the way, we'll pass each other in the air.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then,
guard.
Yeah. Fingered.
All right. Good night.
Bye.
Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.